I'm going to cut some poppies now. For the centre of the poppy, which tend to have a black centre or very dark centre, and then around it tiny weeny little black stamens. So we are going to use today either one of these rods. Again, it's a glass rod, but it's I think this is a really deep sort of aubergine colour. And a thing, when you want to cut them, hold it at the top between the jaws at the back, hold it really tight and then squeeze. Okay, so that you try to get as flat a edge as possible. You're always going to get a convex or a concave edge anyway, but the tighter you hold it, chances are you'll get a smoother cut. Okay, so we can use these for our centres, and then we can use little chips of black glass around that. Now, as I use black grout, the centre around this will be black anyway, but the black grout dries matte and these will stay glossy, so it gives you that definition between the two. Or you could use a small nugget with these chips around it to create the stamens. Alternatively, leave out the chips and use the grout to create the centre of the flower. Cut this down a little bit. I think it's probably too wide, so we'll go down the middle. And then you want to cut quite big pieces, almost like that. And we'll shape these in a moment. Another one there. And again, you can mix the colours with these. So I'm going to put a couple of these together, but I'm going to shape them a little bit more than that. So on this flat edge, I'm just going to curve in and do that. Put that angle in and then try to get a bit of a curve in the centre there. I think that's more interesting, that side. And the same with this one. I'm going to cut that. And again, as you can see, I'm not really doing it to any particular pattern. At this stage, I'm just beginning to pull the shapes together. Okay, same thing. Let's give this a bit of shape and a bit of a curve there. There we go. Now, you see it's beginning to shape up a little bit, so that's where my centre would be with my little black bits around it. I want to just keep going. Okay, now you can see that that's actually smaller than that one, so we're going to trim that one down to fit. And this one, yep, we can probably get that one in there, so let's cut that off. Let's do this round here. What have we got now? Got quite a big gap there. And this is, again, like with most of my stuff, it's a very basic design. And you can elaborate on this once you get used to cutting the shapes a bit more. So, okay, and we've got that. I'm just going to take this out here to even it up a little bit. So I've got a really basic poppy there, and then I'm going to have these in here, which once grouted, these will give a more sort of uneven look to the centre. Actually, there's a very basic poppy. So let's just move this stuff to the side and show you a different layout. I've still got these sort of shapes, but I've just curved them a bit more, which you can do with these. You can go in, you can trim these off and smooth them round so that it has more blunted edges. And then this one, I'm going to have this long front petal, as if we're looking sideways onto the poppy. Let's bring this down a bit so you can see it better. Okay, so we're looking sort of sideways on. So your centre would be more here with your little stamens going around the side. And you can use opaque green nuggets as the seed heads and scatter those about when you put the poppies in.